Welcome back. Outside Minds podcast. Because you've already seen too much, bro.
They only added it so it could be like a ritual.
They're saying there's these, the end of times, right? There's all these signs.
Do you think we would know? Like, do you think the general public would know this came out?
Take a picture with it for $5. You have a purpose in life, and if you don't fulfill it, you will come back until you fulfill it.
Welcome back, outsiders, to another episode of the Outside Minds podcast. I'm your host and creator, Stilo Free. This is the other host and creator,
$420.
And we got our third host. He's in the building. If you've seen our show before, I'm pretty sure you've seen his face. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on over to Jay Storm and let him know a little bit about himself and where you guys can find him.
What's going on? It's Splashingtonthe3rd, Jay Storm, Mr. Typhoon, Timothy Judkins here out in St. Clairsville, Ohio. And we are selling real estate, making families happy and moving them to their next transition of life.
That's right.
Yes, sir. Check them out. If you're into buying a house, selling a house, real estate, hit him up. You know what I'm saying? They're doing that. He's like we said, he's the third host. He is our political consort. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about boom, the big topic today, the Epstein emails. None of us even really know a lot about the Epstein emails. We were talking about it before, but I do have a position on it. But before we do check that out, I'm just going to read a recent article to get us a little bit up to speed on it. Washington Post, I think this was from yesterday. Justice Department asks again for Epstein grand jury testimony to be unsealed. The move is the first step the department has taken since Congress compelled the release of more files, though Trump could direct the release of such information without the courts. So I guess they're trying to make it seem like, he could do it if he wants to, but he doesn't, and that's going to be a big topic for today. But the Justice Department has asked a federal court in Florida to unseal grand jury testimony related to the deceased sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein and his confidant Ghislaine Maxwell, the first public action on the matter by the Trump administration since Congress overwhelmingly passed a bill this week that the president signed ordering the agency to release all of its non-classified records on the cases. Federal courts have previously declined to release the grand jury testimony, citing legal guidelines on the secrecy of such proceedings, and there is no indication a judge would make a different ruling in this case. In the motion filed late Friday, the Justice Department sought to suggest that the Trump administration is heeding Congress's demand for the release of the Epstein-related material. In light of the act's clear mandate, the court should authorize the Department of Justice to release the grand jury transcripts and lift any pre-existing protective orders that would otherwise prevent public disclosure, said the department's motion, which was signed by Attorney General Pam Bondi and other officials. The filing also said that the Justice Department would work to ensure that the information related to sex trafficking victims and other personal information was redacted from the material, noting that Congress had demanded that the Epstein investigated documents within 30 days. It added, the Department of Justice requests an expedited ruling on this motion. So, if you're listening to me read this article, it sounds exactly what I think it sounds like, a big nothing burger. You know what I'm saying?
Which it has been for a long time now.
Yeah, exactly. This case has been going on for years and years and years, and we're still arguing about, whether or not we should release the files and whether or not we should have some names redacted, and we got to protect the people. And it's like, bro, at this point, I want to get your guys' two opinions before I lay down my opinion on it. Real quick, what are your thoughts on it? Splashingtonthe3rd.
I feel like, specifically with this, I don't want to know what it is. I want to know what you plan to do with it. Okay. Let's start there, right? Say we get the files. Say we read everything. Say we find out what are we trying to get to? And I think that answer is the reason why the files keep floating around. Does that mean we're getting mass prosecutions? Does that mean people are owed money back? Does that mean families are getting estates sent to them? You know what I mean? What does that mean? And I think that's kind of the biggest question about these files, is that if everything that everybody says is true, does that mean we now have to go down a series of steps of accountability that people have been trying to avoid this whole time? But the one thing I did see about the Epstein files that I was like, I was looking at it last night, and I didn't expect to come across it, but I was trying to look at what the dip in crypto, like where is that coming from, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're saying that your boy Epstein has been liquidating assets to the financing, development, and research of cryptography. Everything that was crypto, Bitcoin, the Epstein family has been involved into financing those people and building those infrastructures.
Yes.
And that to me could be another side of why we're on the fence about releasing the stuff, because you're gearing up the whole economy to move to a digital
that's
space.
an interesting angle too, and it's an interesting idea. And it's a surprising connection because those are some of the two biggest topics in the world. But we all know that Bitcoin was made basically for the black market. So you can have untraceable...
the Silk Road.
Yeah, untraceable transactions.
And that's why Epstein fits into that so well.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you know Isaac Weishaupt, but he just did an episode kind of claiming that Epstein was behind Bitcoin. And he has like this, all this proof and stuff. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting ties.
But also, this could be fake news to drop it so everybody who ain't been in the game could buy the dip.
Right.
Ooh. Okay.
And we can have a whole explosion come Christmas.
Damn.
Because we down at like, what, 88,000 right now when it was at 115 or something?
Yeah, I think so.
So what do you think of it altogether before I get into my
I think if they really released everything and it's all the hearsay that we hear, then the government will be dismantled and we'll have to go into martial law because who's going to take over?
Yeah. Hit that light, by the way. And then there's both of those points that you guys bring up, and the reason why I want to bring this up too is because we have the whole timeline of when Trump flip-flops on whether or not he wants to release the file. So I'm gonna read that real quick. Let's see. Boom.
You got the reasoning on the flip-flops too?
It's ChatGPT, so it kind of gives it like where he was, who's asking him what. So basically, here's the timeline. June 2024, on Fox and Friends during his campaign, Trump was asked if he could declassify the Epstein files, or if he would declassify the Epstein files. He responded, yeah, I would. However, he added a caveat. You don't want to affect people's lives if there's phony stuff in there. There's a lot of phony stuff with that world. So he's already playing both sides of the fence there. Which leads me to believe that, there's some shifty shit going on, which obviously there is. On Lex Friedman's podcast, Trump said he'd certainly take a look at releasing Epstein's documents and that he was inclined to do so. He noted a lot of big people visited Epstein's island and called it very interesting. Such names haven't been made public. Then, obviously, we know November last year, he won the 2024 campaign. February 2025, under Trump, they released the first phase of the Epstein-related files. You remember when they released all those files to those influencers?
Yeah, with all the influencers who nobody even knew.
Yeah, and it was a big nothing burger. You know what I mean? So he released some of the files in February 2025. According to a House Oversight memo, these included flight logs, Epstein's contact books, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you remember the birthday book. We might have went over that in the episode or not.
Yeah, I remember that.
July 16th, Trump called for the release of credible Epstein info, but also accused the whole Epstein release push of being a Democratic hoax. So I feel like at this point, he's already trying to filter some of the information and try to either filter himself out, or maybe he is. How much do you think he's a part of it and he's trying to filter the information versus there's phony shit in there and he's trying to combat that?
That's the big reason in the emails Epstein called him the dog who hasn't barked.
Yeah.
Right, because saying he was there and he saw stuff, but he didn't alert anybody. So
yeah,
so
and then I think he was also saying that he hasn't even been named, like no one's been questioning him or anything. Like why is no one bothering Trump?
Yeah,
is basically what he's saying.
But I think that's kind of questioning, like, is he gonna turn on us, or you know what I mean?
Yeah. And back to July 16th, in a True Social post, he lashed out at his own base, calling out some past supporters who pushed for the Epstein file transparency. He called them winklings, and he claimed that they were duped by the radical left. He also said he didn't understand why the Epstein case would be of interest, and he called it pretty boring stuff. So he's trying to downplay it. July 2026, I'm sorry. Mid-July 2025, despite Trump's resistance, there was a big mounting bipartisan pressure, including from his own 2024 supporters, to release more Epstein documents. The DW reported that he said whatever Pam Bondi thinks is credible, she should release. Again, filtering. Trump reversed more strongly November 17th, urging House Republicans to vote for a full release of the Epstein files. November 19th, he signed a bill that requires the Department of Justice to release unclassified Epstein materials. Yeah, he's it seems like they use it as a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, let's say us three went to a party, you know what I'm saying? We went and then we had a smoke session with the fourth person outside in the woods somewhere. We came back, it was just us three. That person was just missing. They ended up being unalived or something like that. But now me, you, and you are running for, fucking, class president or something like that. So we all can be implicated in whatever happened. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like whoever's going to be elected is going to be able to play and use that tool from both sides. Because like I said earlier, if we get the information, it seems like both sides would be implicated. Mm-hmm. And that's what it seems, kind of just looking at the outside in. It seems like, you're going to have people on the left, people on the right. They're going to have big ranking politicians that are going to be involved with this. So at this point, it's like, all right, they're kind of just playing like fucking, like, it's almost like a game of chicken. Yeah, I'm gonna release him. No, I'm gonna release him. Like, no, that shit's fake. And it's like, okay, like, if everyone who is a conspiracy theory like us, conspiracy theorists like us, have been paying attention all along, then there's gonna be Democrats, there's gonna be Republicans. So it's like, it's kind of both in both of their interests for it to always be a nothing burger whenever they say they're going to release something. You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of feel like both sides are kind of using it as a weapon. They're kind of just like handing it off to each other. You know what I mean? Whenever
Correct.
It's more convenient enough. You know what I mean? So what do you think about that? What are your thoughts on that analysis?
It's 100%. I think it's very shaky outside.
Yeah.
And as the pressure mounts up, they ease that pressure with, oh, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that, kind of kicking the can down the way type of thing. The biggest element about all this that I don't want to say and don't want to put together the way that it's looking, just because it's affecting my industry as well. But it's like the way the crypto situation's going, and if it is related to the Epstein thing, the crypto, that whole game plan was to wash our debt.
Right.
We're trying to wash our debt through the crypto and come out the other side debt free, because now we got to just circulate and somehow. With that being said, I wonder if this story or what's going on is affecting that Like, I ultimately feel like that's the game plan we're trying to get to from here to there, right? But there's so many hurdles to do that, and there's so many people who actually know the plan, right, till we get there. As these things start to crumble, I see the idea of, in our world, we were sold the 50-year mortgage and the portable mortgages, right? Just to give a reverse breakdown, 50-year, we have 30-year mortgages now, which ideally you will buy 2 houses in your lifetime. You will buy one, you will raise your kids there. After your kids are gone, you will get a retirement home after selling the first one, which is your 230, that's your 60 years, you freaking don't. You know what I mean? With the 50, you're only getting one your entire life, right? And with that being said, they are more affordable because they're stretching the payments for another 20 years, which is saving you an extra $300-$400 a month compared to what you would have paid. Which is still, they're going to make triple on the interest.
At that point, with our lifespan, we're just renting our house from ourselves.
Now, the other idea that they threw out was the portable mortgage. So if I bought my house on a 4% interest rate and 6 years down the line, I want to move over there, I could take my interest rate and my payment and equity to the new house and as a down payment. That's fire. And I think that's what's going to actually bump the industry more. But here's the real question: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why are we introducing these 2 new models if everything's going great with the tariffs? Right?
Yeah.
Now, I think the full circle moment that's happening right now is Trump came into the picture believing money controls the show. If I get in control of the money, I get in control of the show. And then when he gets in, as he's gearing up to be in this position, he is doing what every businessman does, and he is sizing up his competition, doing his research, doing his investigation, and that's how he got to Epstein. I think that's how we drew down all these people. And okay, this is where all the money's locked up. This is all the people doing the fuck shit. So I got to round them people up. I got to blow this story up, and then it's going to be easier to launch me once the story's in play. But then once he actually got to this position, he realized the levers of control are way more complex than the money machine. And this could be a holographic reality, multi-species situation going. And so now, all this dirt that I put on these people that I didn't know was involved in this other side of shit, I'm now wrapped up in because I brought it up to everybody's attention to get to this place. And now I have to throttle what I do and don't want to say because now my position is way more complicated than I thought it was going to be when I first got here.
Damn, so you think that he was using the whole thing to his advantage and it just got way out of control?
It was deeper than he thought it was.
Oh, okay. Wow.
And so then when you actually got in the seat, they're like, okay, here's the reptilians.
Yeah, here's the real people who run the show.
On Thursday, you're like,
yeah.
I thought this was just a money thing. Oh, no, they control the matrix, bro. They control this and da-da-da. So now he has to figure out what he's going to leak and not going to leak because I feel like he in too deep.
Damn. So what do you think about this 50-year mortgage deal? What do you think that's going to do to the market? Because, I mean, I feel like we're around our age, 35. We're kind of like first ones to kind of look around and realize like, hey, what the fuck? We're not able to fucking buy houses and shit and have jobs and hold it down without having 2-3 side hustles like our parents did in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, like, we're the ones looking for a good deal on mortgages right now, and nobody likes the 50-year mortgage because that means what? I'm going to have it paid off by the time I'm 85? What do you think about that? What do you think that's going to be?
Yeah,
exactly.
You'll never pay it off.
What do you think about that?
Like I said, these are just the portable mortgage and the 50-year mortgage are just concepts to get you to buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because nobody can.
Yeah.
This isn't like, you know, I work in this industry and I've watched year by year, whether it dip or it goes up based on how the political scheme is. And so as of right now, the idea in the past was to just slam them to 0% interest rates. The market went crazy. Everybody bought everything. Everything went wild. But now that we're up at this 6%, in October, we just had, 150,000 jobs that were just laid off?
Yeah.
So this was the biggest layoff month in 2 decades, they said, right before the holiday season. UPS laid off like 7,000 people right before the holiday season. It's unheard of for you guys to do that during your busiest time. Yeah, there's too many indicators in the market. The foreclosures went up more this month in November than they all of this year. There's too many indicators going on that it's not going well, right? And so now you're throwing out these 2 ideas to kind of, like I said, kick the can down because we're not ready to do whatever the big thing is going to be. Rather the crash, the shift.
Yeah, and my warehouse has been so slow, and usually we're hella busy during the holidays because obviously, you know,
Black
Christmas,
Friday is this
Black
weekend.
Friday, all that, and we're slow, bro. It's crazy. It's insane.
They need to send that stimulus check out they've been talking about, bro.
Supposedly
They
next
said
year.
July 26th, they'll send it out.
We can't wait that long, bro. You need to send it now, bro. You need to send it now, bro, and double up on that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, bro.
But everybody's in this boat across the board from what it seems like.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's engineered.
It's a
Ride
downfall.
down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in other news, supposedly the president's gay, so we got another gay president.
Sucking Bill Clinton's dick.
According to
Where
media
did that
reports.
come from?
An
I saw
email.
You gotta say that in the
Yeah,
chat.
you didn't hear about the Bubba email?
Uh-uh.
According to media reports, one of the released 2018 emails from Epstein's estate contains a message from Mark Epstein to his brother asking him something like, Ask Steve Bannon if Vladimir Putin has the photos of Donald Trump blowing Bubba. And then Jeffrey replied, and I thought I had suris. And suris is like Yiddish for troubles.
Yeah.
The email was included in a large number of documents released by the House Oversight Committee, showing thousands of pages of Epstein-related correspondence. Mark Epstein publicly stated that Bubba is not Bill Clinton, despite Bubba being a long-standing nickname often associated with Clinton. So they're just like, yeah, we need another description just to make the president gay.
And that was before the blue dress painting was ever seen.
Oh.
It was like right before.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Clinton in a blue dress.
Yeah.
Playing with like paper planes and towers or something like that. Jenga.
No, that wasn't that George Bush?
Oh, that was Bush, huh?
That was Bush.
That was Bush.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Bush was playing with the thing.
He was with the thing, but Bill was in the
just
dress.
chilling
Yeah,
in
just
his
chilling.
chair.
Yeah.
I know the Bill Epstein painting, the Bill Clinton blue dress painting is real. Is the one where George Bush is playing with the airplanes and the blocks
Yeah,
real?
that's real.
And it was in Epstein's house?
I don't know about that one.
Because the Bill Clinton one
Yeah,
was, right?
that one
Okay,
for sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, he was at them parties for sure.
Looking pretty.
Hey, and he stayed late.
It's just a what. And the thing is, it's like nobody has any verified proof that any of this.
Oh yeah,
actually happened.
this is all emails.
Oh, my whole point.
I can email him saying, "Hey, do you still have that video of Jay Storm fucking sucking dick behind McDonald's?" You know what I mean? Like I can easily email that to him right
all
now.
of us,
Print this
all of us are
email
gonna
later.
know it's gonna be a joke, but
Yeah.
then if we have this whole investigation on us, they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, did you hear about that?"
Yeah.
Email, you know?
It's crazy.
And,
But I think
and let's be honest, when you have too much money and you have awkward friends, the gay jokes never end.
Yeah, for sure.
So
For
let's
sure.
just be honest, like they probably right smack dab in the middle of that bullshit.
yeah. I think the whole Bubba email thing was just something they probably threw out there. It's like the Michelle Obama thing. Like, obviously Michelle Obama's not a man. Like, I don't think she has a penis. You know what I mean? Because
I don't think so
it's just
either.
too easy to break that story. You know what I mean? All you got to do is search her high school picture.
I mean, you don't think
know
she
what
got it cut off by now?
Yeah, they got
Like,
money.
y'all cut on to me. I need to go ahead and just. Technology's already here.
Exactly. But it's too easy to break that theory. You know what I mean? All you got to do is search her high school picture. You know what I mean? But it's something that's just so floated around the right that it's something to be like, Michelle's Mike, Michelle's a dick. And then now this is something for the left to be like, oh yeah, well Trump is gay, Trump sucks dick. You know what I mean?
The big thing, they're like, you can't find a picture of her pregnant. You can't find a picture of my mom pregnant with me. What the fuck? Like, just because there's no picture of her doesn't mean it has never happened. That's
Pregnant women don't like taking pictures.
That's insane.
It's crazy how much life comes from a moment after it happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, Stilo could get into like a full-blown fight with a customer at the store, and 9 of us are going to have different stories on how that fight went down. And unless we filmed it, it will be the most legendary fight
Yep, because
we
you'll
have
hear
ever
all these
heard
different.
or witnessed in
Yep.
our lives.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I
Very
feel
true.
like that's what this whole honeypot Epstein story is about. It's the greatest party you never been to.
And it's right on time with the release of all this AI. All of it, where you can't tell what's real or
before
fake.
we get into that, telling whether it's real or fake and whether it could be AI, let's bring it back to my analogy, because it's like, if you're, like I said, if you're conspiracy theorists like us, you know the left and the right are working together. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of goes back to the whole, like,
2 wings of the same bird.
if we were all secretly homies, but let's take it back to the whole class president analogy, we're competing against each other, but we have this thing that can implicate us all. We can have these secret meetings to be like, all right, well, I'm gonna accuse you of this, and then we'll leak this info. And then, you know, it kind of works a little bit more beautifully together when you just really sit back and realize that they're working as a team. It's not left and right. It's not blue and red. It's not Republican and Democrat. It's fucking the deep state. You know what I mean? And we got to protect ourselves from it. But I'm glad you guys brought that up, because it's like they could just release some info and it could just be shit they've been writing this whole time or just planning to release this whole time. They could just be conjured up. You know what I mean? AI is super, super duper fucking advanced now. They could be like, oh, fucking write some emails. They could fucking read through them, sift through them a little bit, and then just release them out as information. Like, how do we know that this information is credible? You know what I mean? Like, what?
I mean, I agree with you. If you guys are all partying together, who's not to say
Yeah.
right? Y'all are literally on the guest list. Let's sit down and put together 150 people in one room, and everybody on the planet would die to be at this party. And that's who is on this list, right? But I don't know, did we ever talk about game theory one time on this show?
No, what's that?
The thing is, there's this idea of game theory. I forgot what entrepreneur book I read, but it was saying something that you should never, in this game of life, we're all trying to get to this end result. And game theory is we all have the same starting point, same resources, same timeline. We all start at the same point, right? The only people who win are the ones who actually create alliances that aren't publicly known. Hold on now. I said people. There's not going to be one winner. Because in game theory, you won't win in a straight up fight against everybody. So when you create alliances, so Stilo creates an alliance with Dot 420. And when you two create alliance, all the beef that Stilo had, Dot 420 just inherited. And reverse side. So there's some people that will never, ever, ever, ever fuck with you just because you with Dot 420. And we just taking that to the chin, and it is what it is, right? Yeah. But on the reverse side, if you were building a business or a company and you're aligning yourselves with shifty characters, the same shit happens to your business and you won't get as far. So it's people like me and other individuals who will create alliances with massive amounts of people without publicly saying, yo, we on the same team. But it's just one of those, I look out for you, you look out for me, and I hit you up whenever I need to hit you up. And then the people who are aligned in the dark, it's like, so I could have somebody come out, Dot 420, and be like, oh, fuck this man, Storm, bro. He did da-da-da-da. Now, Dot 420 don't understand, half the market don't fuck with him no more. Yep. Because we've already been locked in before he even opened his mouth. Yep. And so now that he opens his mouth, it's spread like wildfire through the underground. Yes. And now we are strategically boxing him out of business, and we're all going to keep conducting either way. This is how old money works. This is how old society works. So I see this being something, like you said, I completely agree. If you guys all meet up, Congress meetings, votes, after parties.
It's
if
like
y'all
sleight
all
of hand.
Anyway,
it's
why
like I'm doing this
doing
right here while this other hand is doing this right here behind the back. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yes, bro.
All that's written. It's got to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy.
Yeah. I mean,
it's all an illusion.
How much crypto do you think Epstein had?
Probably still has a whole bunch, 100 millions.
That could be where all that Bitcoin is, bro.
Well, you know, there's only a handful of people that can really control Bitcoin, right? Control the movement.
Well, because isn't there a bunch somewhere that hasn't been moving or something like that, or is lost or something like that?
Satoshi Nakamoto's wallet's never been touched. The original
there
wallet.
It is. Supposedly he's Satoshi Nakamoto, whatever. I don't know how to say it.
That's saying the crypto whales.
That was one of the theories too, that he was one of the crypto whales. I wonder if that timeline lines up.
It does, according to Isaac Weishaupt.
Really, when he got started getting investigated, that's when
it was
Satoshi's.
I don't know the full details, but it was a good connection he made.
And that's one of the reasons why it could never probably sink past a certain level, right? Because no one's touching that money.
No, because it went down to $10,000 like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a weird world, that's for sure. What do you think the AI is going to do?
What do I think the AI is going to do? Well, we were just talking about it earlier. Fucking Sora is fucking... Oh, my God, bro. I'm seeing internet videos, and I'm just
Are y'all on it? Y'all use Sora?
Yeah.
He does. I haven't started using it yet, but
they have the Sora model on Adobe Firefly now, so...
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
I'll look at it, and if... I'll look at a video, and I'll be like, it looks so real. But the thing is, maybe they're taking some videos and they're like, it stops at a certain point and it's like, all right, make this happen after.
Yeah.
Is that what's okay?
You can do that easily.
Yeah, bro. Those are the ones that are kind of getting me. But then it's like, you got to kind of like watch like the little graininess of it, or if their shoe comes off their foot or something like that. But AI is getting really a lot better about not having weird stuff happen in their videos and stuff like that.
I added a gnome to the barber chair. Tell me that doesn't look like there's an actual gnome in the barber chair.
Yeah, bro, it really does. It really does. They got the lighting down.
It's crazy.
So with Sora, are you able to pay for a premium version where it doesn't have the?
Well, now I pay for Adobe, so I have Firefly, and it has the Sora model. So on Adobe, it doesn't say Sora, but it has the quality of it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice. I think, okay, I do believe there's a space for it. Not I argue with a few people about, especially agents in the office, because they have completely abandoned themselves and completely like, I'm just generating, what I want to do. And that's creating a false representation of your personality and who you are actually. So when you actually meet these clients in person, you're not as funny. You're not what you gave the internet.
It's
that
like
you
the
are.
chicks that take pictures and use a filter for every single one.
The catfishing.
Yeah, every single one. And you're like, I know you in real life. This is not what you look like.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? You're going to fool everybody else, and you're going to look like the fool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they're kind of building up that space already, but what I would like to see it be is something like intro outros for like the podcast, a UFO coming down, blowing up a plane. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's an awesome space for that type of stuff.
That's what I use it for.
But anything outside of that, I don't.
Manipulation. That's the
I think
thing.
you're taking people's perceptions of reality a little bit too far.
Yeah, I'm starting because there's already kind of a shift back to, even like without the whole AI thing, there's a shift back to like, instead of doing a whole music video where I have this $100,000 car that I don't own and all these bitches and all this money and all this jewelry I don't own, let's just go film on my block with the clothes I got on right now and just put out a music video. It's more authentic. You know what I mean? So
It's the rise of the streaming culture.
there is probably a good chance that, AI could scare people back into just going back into that analog face. Like, I just want the real shit. You know what I'm saying? So it'll probably still have its place in like editing and CGI and movies and stuff like that. But I think maybe if humanity's smart enough, I think we're gonna continue to value real life shit more. You know what I'm saying? But there's always that group of people that are gonna be like, oh, I want the next new shit. You know what I'm saying? And those are gonna be the people that are gonna be the guinea pigs for the metaverse. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do. That reminds me of this this video I shared on my TikTok. It was like the DuckTales. Did you see that? Like the DuckTales episode where Uncle Scrooge went to a town that didn't have money because he was tired of being rich.
No.
So Uncle Scrooge was tired of being rich, so he went to he flew to this faraway land called the land of Tra-la-la, or something like that. And so there was no money. They didn't have no finances there. So it was like, oh, cool, this is peaceful, blah, blah, blah. And then when they get there and they're chilling, like Uncle Scrooge tells his assistant or his butler to get him like a soda out of his bag. So he gives him a soda. He pops the bottle cap off. Bottle cap hits the floor, and somebody in the village is like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? And they grabbed it. They're like, this is the shiniest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. I'll give you anything for this bottle cap. And he's like, motherfucker, you can have the bottle cap. And so then they go around town like, I got this shiny shit. So everybody was jealous of this one person with this damn bottle cap. So Uncle Scrooge was like, fuck it, bro. I'm going to give everybody in town one bottle cap just to get y'all to chill the fuck out, right? And then so obviously one guy puts on a fucking disguise, and then after everybody gets one bottle cap, he stands on top of the building and takes off his disguise like, I got 2 bottle caps, you broke bitch. I have more money than the rest of y'all, right? And then so Uncle Scrooge was like, fuck, now I gotta, let me go ahead and get in a plane and just rain, you know what I mean? Just bottle caps all over the whole fucking island. Then when he comes back to visit the next summer for whatever, he goes out to eat, and so one burger costs 48,000 bottle caps because he created inflation in this town over some make-believe shit to begin with. And the whole idea was that money doesn't create greed. It was greed that created money.
Wow. And the funny thing was, when he was trying to fly the plane and dump all those bottle caps, was he trying to show them that it was all meaningless? Like, this shit is fucking just
correct.
Like, this shit is just bottle caps. Like, I don't know why you guys are fiending for it. And then when he comes back the next year, they're like, hell yes, he got all these 48,000 bottle caps for this burger. You know what I'm saying? You better.
He's like, nobody carries around bottle caps. First off, you feel me? And you're over here talking about some 48 grand.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think happens in the next few months? Do you think we get JD Vance as a president? What do you think?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's what making this whole situation interesting. And then the whole Three Eye Atlas situation as well. And that's supposed to be around what, December 15th? That's supposed to be like the closest to Earth it will ever be, or something
Oh, I
like
thought
that.
that was supposed to happen on October 30th. Am I wrong?
No, October 30th is when it went around the sun. It like did its boomerang, and now it's coming back.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually on its way back.
Oh my god.
But they don't know what they're gonna do or how that's gonna play out. But
They're spinning
I
the
don't know.
block, bro.
I think this Christmas we'll see how things go, because I feel like as the days go by, I mean, people have been getting desperate. That's the whole other side too. I've been seeing a lot of people do some strange for change, and it's only getting
Definitely.
more amped. If
Yeah,
you
bro.
if you feel like you've become more attractive within the last 2 weeks, it's not you. It's the economy. It's hurting. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
everybody's looking for multiple life rafts right now.
Right.
So
Damn.
it's crazy outside.
Wow. I like that analysis. I really feel that right now. I think this holiday season is gonna be a chill holiday season. The world feels it. You know what I'm saying? We can't be out spending fucking, thousands of dollars on Christmas presents
Nope.
just because it's a holiday. You know what I'm saying? Let's just
Shit, I'll be out where Splashington is for, a
Oh,
couple
yeah,
of
yeah,
before
yeah.
holidays.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna try to do a double header that weekend too, right?
Yeah, we'll try to do that. Yep.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely put one on.
Oh,
I was trying to think. I got a GPS you again. What was it, like 45 or like 2 hours
Like
or something?
it was like an hour, I think, or an hour or two. Yeah, no longer than 2 for sure.
All right, cool. Well, we got plenty of. Depends on what we do. I don't know what your people's setup is, but on this side, we got plenty of buildings. You know what I mean? I'm in real estate, so we got offices,
For sure.
building. We got hella places we could go. So
hell yeah.
For sure.
That's what's up. That's what's up. What about you? You been researching anything strange, anything interesting lately?
nah, this actually I have what was his name? Damn, I just sent it to. I don't want to come off the phone and lose you guys. I just sent it to Dr. Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer,
Yeah.
I think his name is.
Yeah.
He had a video recently, and he was trying to debunk the whole Three Eye Atlas situation and all this stuff of what we're leading into. And he feels like we have like the Project Bluebeam leading up because everybody is like misinformed about what is a demonic entity, what is a heavenly entity, what is an interdimensional entity, what is an entity from another planet, because there's all definitions of these different things and we live in these layers. But the interview that I saw, this is the rabbit hole I'm in right now and what I've been channeling, was something along the lines that they asked him, like, a lot of people are susceptible to dark energy, and especially right now and hard times and things like that. People are, doing erratic things and stuff like that. And it's like, what do you think about that? And he was saying that, there's no such thing as a bad energy or bad time. There's just the universe is what you are.
Yeah.
So if you are happy, then the whole entire universe is happy.
Yeah.
If you're in panic, the whole universe is in panic. And then it kind of opens the idea of like how many portals are constantly in your face that are showing you things that are suggesting your state for today, right? And so, like, my sister, like, she always cracks jokes about mom because she's, like, desensitized from being in the military for so long. So she'll watch, like, the news in the morning, and then the rest of the day she'll watch, like, murder mysteries. So it's like, my sister was joking. There's, like, 12 people who die in our house daily, you know what I mean? They don't even live here. They don't even show the this, but if you take it by screen-wise, 12 people drop daily in this house.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's crazy. And we had a whole talk about it one day on how many years have you went through life, Stilo, and like you haven't seen a dead body? Like in real life, like seen, like not even at a Halloween thing, like a physical, like that person's dead.
How many times have I?
Yeah, you could go your whole life or decades.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you could flip on a portal and see literally 40 of them this week, and it will still do the same amount of damage to your psyche. And I think that's the craziest place about the AI thing and where all this is leading to, because everybody is already over-medicated to the point that you don't know who you are, and now we're just going to throw more shit at you as time goes on.
I mean, well, it's all psyops. Like, you got the alien thing, you got the Epstein files, and it's like, that's why I kind of tune out of it, and that's probably why us three like kind of aren't really as tuned in. You know what I mean? Because I feel like when the information is important enough to come to us, like we'll receive it. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's like some real important shit that really goes out, like we'll find out about it. Other than that, we kind of have like one toe in. That's kind of what I feel like. But it's a psyop. You know what I'm saying? It's a war for our attention because we are the ones who manifest this realm. You know what I mean? So if they can stick trauma in front of us for us to pay attention to, and the general public for us to pay attention to. I just watched a TikTok the other day where this girl was saying like, I don't even watch baddies like that. But my homie would always ask me, do you watch the show? Do you watch the show? And I'm just like, nah, I just feel like it's a CIA setup for black people to glorify and look at something and just act and feel aggressive and ghetto and have a TV show that does that as well. That to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and that's what I think all these psyops are. It's just like another thing to play in our face because of like, if there's really files and there's really something went down, like we know something went down, it should be released. That's just off top. Why have we been doing this for years? So I just feel like it's like they have this.
Well,
like
it could be the research to what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It could be the physical proof on if enough trauma, enough programming, enough portals, we can physically get you to change who you are, what you do, and what you believe. And we have documented experiments.
Yeah.
Because all these people were documented.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Well,
because I always think of people like being like the wife will say this too. Like some people are like wireframes of certain characters. Like, oh, that's they're like clones. You know what I mean? Like you're a Justin Bieber clone. You know, you're a Ray. Like you act just like, you dress just like, you do everything that he would do.
Well, the real Slim Shady, please stand up.
Exactly. So there's a whole bunch of people that these corporations or entities have created that they would prefer us to look like, be like, act like.
It's programming. It's really programming at its finest. You know what I mean? Like we are AI. We are machines that can learn, and we are machines that became sentient. We have our own sentience.
We are electric bodies.
And, we have mental states that we get looped into mental things that give us certain thoughts that gear towards us a certain direction, you know what I mean? And those programs are implanted through us through media, through music, through news, you know what I'm saying? These fucking, that's why they always put it in The Simpsons. They always put predictive programming in fucking the Super Bowl because they know millions and billions of people are going to be watching, you know what I'm saying?
I do feel some type of way that the creator just recently passed away.
Oh, that's right.
I'm like, wow, your fortune teller just disappeared right before something big?
I don't think he was the guy, though, right? Wasn't he just one of the guys? Was he the guy?
I could have sworn they said he was the writer.
Well, I mean, that show has to have, like,
multiple writers.
Tons of writers.
I don't know. It could just be a crystal ball with a reptilian.
That's true.
Could be AI.
That's true.
I just think we're getting to Ready Player One.
For sure.
Yeah.
Are you going to plug in or not?
Aaron, that's the only way you make money.
I'm not plugging in.
Everybody
I'd rather
got to plug in to make
poor.
money.
I'd rather die from hunger.
I'm hungry.
Oh, they
feed
said
me
there's people who
batteries.
did that before that happened.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was so crazy because I told you I had the kids watch this. The Oasis creator died the day before Thanksgiving, 2025, in Ready Player One. And the digital world was launched December 1st, 2025, in that movie. Because the movie's taking place in 2045. But the creator and the launch of the whole thing happens this year, according to that movie.
You know what's funny? The fucking guy in that movie who's the creator looks just like Alex Karp from Palantir, dude. You know the AI company Palantir, one of the fucking AI owners or CEOs? He looks just like the fucking guy on the Ready Player One. They have a Ready Player 2. I think it's made from a book.
Yeah, I was supposed to drop.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Well, it's always a great time with you, man. We always enjoy your perspective. They're always well thought out and presented. Is there anything you want to leave the world with at this time?
No, if you looking to buy or sell or get some more information on the real estate world, feel free to reach out to me. I specialize with investors as well. I got a few development projects going on right now. I got 2 of them. So it's just a crazy world outside. So it's just hanging in there and trying to figure out what's the best move to make. It's kind of hard to say. Precious metals seem to be doing really well. I don't know if you guys paid attention to that.
Okay.
So that's going to be an interesting field, and I don't know. We just kind of watch the market as we keep going.
For shaky times.
Yeah, gold is highest it's ever been.
Yeah.
What is?
Gold.
Yeah. I mean, I remember silver was $19 an ounce during the pandemic, and today it's like 50.
Yep. Silver went up. Yep.
So could be something there. I don't know.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Outside Minds podcast, where we reiterated that the Epstein files are a big nothing burger. We need something to come out. It's just like all the alien stuff, man. We need something substantial.
I'm still hungry.
We just want to feel something, you know what I'm saying? I think they're just feeding us all these stories to just numb us out until they hit us with the next big thing. I don't know. That's just my point. But like I said, thank you once again, Splashingtonthe3rd, the 3rd host of the Outside Minds podcast. Thank you for coming on. Thank you guys, outsiders, for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on TikTok. All that. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm your host and creator, CeeLo Free. This is the other host and creator,
Dot 420.
and we out.
Peace.
Peace.